Hey everyone, Alex from Android Central here with a new entry-level phone from Sony, the Xperia U. This is a 3.5-inch device with a familiar design, and it looks a lot like its big brother, the Xperia S. You've got the same 3-button setup down here under the screen, and this clear bar which lights up when you press a button. On the right edge you've got all of your physical buttons, power up top, then volume rocker in the middle, and a dedicated camera button down below. On the other side there's a micro USB port, and on the top we've got a 3.5mm headphone jack. So if we bring the Galaxy Nexus in here, we can do a quick size comparison, and you can see this really is quite a small device. The difference in size is quite striking. It takes some adjustment if you're going back to something like the Xperia U after using a larger phone like the Galaxy Nexus. So let's put this to one side and take a look around the back. There's a 5-megapixel camera with LED flash, and if we take this whole area off here we can see there's a removable battery, and tucked away on the side is a full-size SIM card slot. It's worth noting that unlike the Xperia S, the whole back cover is removable here, including the sides where all the buttons are. And what's also removable is this plastic area down the bottom. So you can take this off and use one of the coloured replacements Sony's selling if you're into that kind of thing. As you can see here, we've got this stylish hot pink replacement, and that snaps on like so. Not sure how well this is going to take off, to be honest. It is very much sort of a visual gimmick. So now we've got everything back together, let's power on the device and take a look at what's happening on the software side. We've got Android 2.3.7 Gingerbread on here, in addition to Sony's UXP Next software. And this is almost identical to what we've already covered on the Xperia S. Software looks very nice, and there's plenty of functionality that you won't find in stock Android, and not too much bloat either, but it's still Gingerbread and that's still disappointing, even on a budget handset like this. In any case, you've got 5 home screens to customize here, and you've also got this cool Cosmic Flow live wallpaper floating away in the background. As you'll notice, the bottom section lights up in blue when we press one of these buttons, and that's tied to the theme that we're currently using. So if we bring up the themes menu, we can choose between one of the 7 themes currently loaded on here. Since we're using a pink plastic bottom thing, let's choose the ruby skin to match. If we select that, then yep, we've got this matching pink light down the bottom, and if we head to the menus, we'll see that's customized in the same way as well. We should probably mention specs too, and the Xperia U is powered by a 1GHz dual-core ST Ericsson Nova Thor chip with 512 megs of RAM, which is pretty generous for a budget device like this. Our biggest disappointment has to do with storage space though. You've got 8 gigs on here, but only 4 is accessible for media storage, and there's no micro SD card, so that's a hard limit that you can't expand on. So that's a bit disappointing, and it might even be a reason to pass up this device for something with a little bit more storage and a micro SD card like the Galaxy S Advance or the HTC One V. Anyway, in terms of preloaded apps, we've got the usual Sony stuff here, and we've already covered this in quite a lot of detail in the Xperia S review. There's DLNA support baked in for music streaming and videos, as well as Music Unlimited and Video Unlimited if you want to stream your stuff directly from Sony. What it's missing, however, is PlayStation support, so you won't be able to play PS1 games as you can on phones like the Xperia S. As we mentioned, you've got a 5-megapixel camera on the back here, and this actually does a pretty reasonable job assuming you've got decent lighting. Video recording is supported up to 720p, though as you'll see in our sample reel there are a few issues with overcompression of video. In terms of software, you've got the usual stuff. You can adjust things like ISO and white balance and all the rest of that. No filters or anything like that, so you'll have to resort to Instagram if you want to apply any effects to your photos. So let's finish off by taking a look at the gallery app, and we'll see how the light at the bottom changes based on what we've got on the screen here. As you can see, when we flip through photos, the light at the bottom will change to match the dominant colour in the photo. So we see we're going from blue to green here. And you get the same effect with album art in the music app. Again, it's a little bit of a gimmick, but at the same time it's quite a cool little feature. Anyway, that about does it for our quick look at the Sony Xperia U. This phone's on sale now in Europe and Asia, and we've got a full review waiting for you over on the site. Thanks for watching.